With Manor Lords being out for nearly a month, now it is time to take a look ahead at the first patch the game will receive, which should be called 1.0. There has been a lot of information all over the place. I've scoured many articles, Discord, Steam, to try to find out as much information as possible. Here are the changes that I think we are most likely to see very soon in patch 1.0. Dead ox are a big issue that has already been fixed for the next patch, so you won't need to worry about that. However, it is an easy fix. If you have dead ox, all you need to do is save the game and reload it, and your ox are back normal. With how lucrative trading was, Slavic has made a change that has had two side effects. It made trading horrible after the prices dropped or increased to the point that it really wasn't worth doing. It also created an extra effect where you could buy prices that were super low, raise it up, selling them, and then buy them again. So you could do it over and over and you could become extremely rich. So it was kind of an exploit that was put in place. There is another plan in place to try to fix this, and we can only hope that we don't run into any more bugs or exploits that could come from the next balancing attempt. Archers used to be different to use in pre-release, but something happened where they are mostly useless and I don't even use them at all. Slavic has seen this and plans to balance them so they are more in line with other units in the game. It would be great if all the units had strength and weaknesses to others, but let's hope balancing fixes that as of right now, I mostly live on spearmen as they're all really good. AI claiming territories has been talked about a lot. Playing on default to me really isn't a big issue, and I even made a video showing how easy I get one in year one before the AI can. Now, for max difficulty, that is different as the AI can claim around 3 territories in the first year. Slavic does agree that it's too quick and plans to throw it down, but hasn't given details on how much to slow it down or what difficulties might be affected. There is a problem also with people not moving into homes, known as the homeless bug. That is known and should be in the first patch to hopefully cure that, as people joining are vital to building a great town. The saw pit is one of the buildings that you just can't seem to rely on. At times, it seems they don't produce much at all, and then other times, it seems to produce 100 planks when I look at the screen. That is good for the early game trading, but it needs to be more consistent as there is too much micromanagement needed. We don't need another thing to watch out for in the game, as micromanagement is a huge part of Manor Lords. I'm not sure how much of a priority balancing food production will be, but it has been discussed. It seems there are foods that are used first and others not so much. For example, meat. It seems to be one of the ones that are used right away, but getting meat is very inconsistent as animals don't produce much, and there aren't many to begin with. Other foods are low on the priority list, and it seems they aren't hardly ever used. The entire production phase to what is consumed needs to be seriously reworked so we don't have so many issues attaining food and feeding our towns with decent food variety. Ale is also something that needs to be worked on. Early on, it's easy to get a ton of ale, enough to use and sell off the extra to make a lot of money. But in the late game, it is hard to get enough, even with barley farming with fertile soil. And if you're playing on harder difficulties, not having enough can be devastating. There was a poll on what should be done on Discord, and it seems more people preferred a smaller ale consumption, but let's hope a happy medium can be achieved. The one thing that was discussed right before launch were mercenaries. This contains two areas of discussion. One is how accessible they are to the AI, as they seem to eat them up right away and stop you from being able to grab them so quickly. The other area was making different ones so there is much more of a variety, so it's not the same ones over and over, keep things from getting stale. Slavic would like to make a lot more mercenaries for everybody to grab. Now, onto the bigger, longer projects being looked into. It has been hinted that we could see key battles. As Slavic stated, this isn't Total War or Banner Lord, but we do have keeps and they should be put into use. This was something that was actually tested in pre-early access, but it was never implemented into the early access version that we see now. It is just preliminary talks, and I think this is something that could happen on down the line. Hopefully we'll see something to make them more valuable to have, as we do have keeps and they should play just a bigger role in our towns. The Baron is just kind of bland right now. What if the Baron made his own cities, production, and that affected how well he fights, makes armies, or makes it tougher to, let's say, take his manor house? Something I think could really take things to the next level to offer a variety to the gameplay. That was part of a poll that Slavic put up with four choices on what should be worked on next, and that was a very close first place with other things that he's also looking into. These are the most talked about things that we could see in patch 1.0. Although there is no word what it could be or when it will be, it is nice to see that less than 1 month from launch and Slavic is already looking to make changes to make the game better for all. I do plan to do a video on the changes that I would like to see and that I think could help take Manor Lords to the next level. If I hear anything else, I will bring it to you. As always, my friends, take care and thanks for watching.